Now here on BBC One, the 10 o'clock news with Fiona Bruce.
Over 20,000 people are now believed to have been killed in the South Asia earthquake. Whole towns have been obliterated across India, Pakistan and Afghanistan. British rescue teams are on the scene and have already pulled people alive from the rubble.
We found them within an hour and rescued them within 3 hours. It gives you hope.
And in Panorama tonight, Blair v Blair. The programme imagines what the Blairs might say to each other about human rights and laws to deal with terrorism. Good evening. More than 20,000 people are now thought to have been killed in yesterday's earthquake in South Asia, and the death toll is likely to rise. Pakistan, India and Afghanistan were all hit, but the quake's epicentre was in Pakistani-administered Kashmir. The scale of the disaster is so immense, exact numbers aren't known, but it's believed more than 17,000 people were killed. In Pakistan's northwest frontier province, over 1,600 died, including at least 400 children crushed when 2 schools collapsed. And in Indian-administered Kashmir, the death toll is believed to be over 500. In a moment, we'll hear from Navdeep Dharawal, who's been to Indian Kashmir, and Ben Brown from the northwest frontier province. But first, Nick Bryant reports from the city worst affected by the quake, Muzaffarabad in Pakistani Kashmir.
This is a region of outstanding natural beauty, but many of its towns and villages have been disfigured by this massive earthquake. This is what's left of Balakot, a once thriving town close to the epicenter. Across this region, the death toll could be 20,000 people. This is the reason why. Landslides have blocked roads and cut off crucial supply routes. The only way to get to the worst affected areas is by helicopter. So ferrying out the injured is an airborne operation. And people are desperate to reach the capital, Islamabad, for treatment. But there's more casualties right now than space on the helicopters. This woman's son had to wait his turn. There were others who needed to go first.
The doctors here have been trying to prioritise. The worse your injuries, the quicker you get to leave. But people here are still suffering immense pain, and many people have been here more than 24 hours.
For the Mir family, the long wait has not just meant physical pain, but heightened emotional distress. We've lost everything, says Tyra. We don't even have 10 rupees to our name. That's 10 pence. President Pervez Musharraf donned his general's uniform for a briefing on Pakistan's worst ever disaster. He's running it like a military campaign and claims his tactics are working.
I'm afraid people have to bear with us. And it's only 24 hours. Now even United States didn't move in 24 hours in New Orleans. So for heaven's sake, bear with us.
The heart of Muzaffarabad will have to be rebuilt, but only once they finish digging out the dead and given up hope of finding people alive. A grieving mother searches for her missing children. The earthquake struck just as the school day started, the main reason why so many children were killed. Yet another natural disaster, yet another lost generation. Nick Bryant, BBC News, Muzaffarabad.
And there were heart-rending scenes in the northwest frontier province of Pakistan where a number of schools collapsed, killing hundreds of school children. Our correspondent Ben Brown has been to the site of one of the schools.
The classrooms are all silent now. Hundreds of this school's children are dead. Local people walk around the rubble in dazed disbelief, collecting up pupils' shoes, bags and books. All the victims here were girls between the ages of 11 and 15, crushed to death as they settled down to morning lessons. There may be survivors trapped here, but no rescue teams have yet arrived.
How many are dead, do you think?
I think 150 dead bodies have been recovered, and more than 250 are still under the Malba.
So maybe 400 dead altogether here?
Yes, I think.
Among the corpses retrieved so far, that of 12-year-old